So there we were working on DK2, he kept saying, no, Dark Knight Strikes Again, but we gave up after a while. So DK2, the hell with it, it's DK2. And we were working on it, and we'll get to him eventually. We're working on it, and he had just finished the second issue, correct? I think it was, it was the second.
It was.
And something very horrible happened downtown. And it was not a very good day, and there were some very, very odd moments in the book. A lot of people think that the second issue was informed by what happened. It was not. There was an amazing scene that Frank had where Batman flew his bat plane into Lex Luthor's headquarters, crashed into it, and then sat at his control desk with his feet up and go, striking terror, best part of the job. And we all went, but the reason why I bring it up is because while we were in that process of putting that book together, that horrible day happened, and very soon after, I got another call going, you want to go for another ride? I was like, sure, I'm in, let's go.
It was actually originally called Holy Terror Batman as a parody of the way Robin always talked to Batman on the TV show. As I worked on it, it changed shape. It changed shape immeasurably, and the stakes became higher. Within the story, the intensity of the conflict became more focused, and I realized this was not a Batman story. Batman fights the Joker. Batman fights the Riddler. Batman fights much more containable enemies than al-Qaeda. And I wanted to stay with my screed against al-Qaeda. And so I renamed the book and reformulated the character and reworked the entire story.
Well, and you also, this morning, told me that you found your original kind of treatise on the project.
Yes.
And I think the expression was, I had to use oven mitts to pick it up. Because it was very fresh at the time.
Yeah, because what I originally wrote as the outline for Holy Terror was unrestrained. It in fact kind of caught fire as soon as you looked at it. It was pretty rough stuff, but working from that emotional core, I feel I was able to construct something that was really worth doing.
And for me, one of the odd things that happened back then, when you had first talked to me about it, and maybe another year later it became a public, you had an interview, and once it got out there, everybody was saying, well, gee, it's going to take him 2 years to do this book, which would have made it, 2007?
Yeah, something like that. Well,
and literally we heard all over the place, by then, that whole terrorism thing is just going to be passé. Hi. Here we are. I mean, you got any apologies from people telling you that you were going to be behind the curve, and here we are 10 years later? And
I'm not hearing from a lot of people telling me that they aren't afraid of trouble from abroad and homegrown trouble. The issue here is a method of killing. It's not a religion. I, for instance, was born Catholic. And I can tell you very little about the mysteries of Catholicism, but I could tell you a fair amount about the Spanish Inquisition. And by the same token, I can tell you squat about Islam. I don't know anything about it. but I know a goddamn lot about al-Qaeda, and I want them all to burn in hell.